Good morning. It is Saturday, March 16th. I am 3 weeks out from my show. Gonna step on the scale. It's actually the first time I've weighed. Probably, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks. And just gonna start documenting everything and see where it goes. All right, so today, we're waking up at 226.8. It is Saturday, 7:47 in the morning. Excuse me, 7:41. Got up at 7 this morning, got to sleep in a little bit, didn't have work. Feel good. About to go do my fasted cardio on the elliptical. And I'll get with you guys right when that gets done. Get into some posing. Fasted cardio time. The whole idea of this is to really just kind of get your metabolism going, get your body going, and doing some cardio. First thing when you wake up in the morning, before you eat anything. I myself drink a protein shake before I do it. Because if you look at the macros, 30 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbs, 2.5 grams of fat. 4 grams of carbs isn't really going to do much of anything for you, especially 200 plus pounds. Like I said, your body's going to be theoretically diving into your fat storages for energy because you don't have a lot of carbs in your body, you don't have a lot of fats, etc. whenever you wake up. So the whole idea is just kind of dig into those fat storages and they use that to burn your energy. As you can see, Bella and Rex back there got them fed this morning. But we'll go ahead and jump right into it. One of the awesome things about working out at your house, you ain't got to wear a shirt, you ain't got to worry about what you wear. I'm about to do my cardio with some Sperry's. So I'm going to get into this. We're going to do 30 minutes on the elliptical. We're not going to go to a crazy fast pace or anything like that. My main goal here is to keep my heart rate anywhere from about 145 to 160. And that's the range I like to be in. And if I'm in that range, I feel good. Burning a good amount of calories, and that's kind of about the range I like to stay at. All right, so jump right into it. Do 30 minutes on here, and we'll jump right into some posing. I like to set my resistance on about 10. Just kind of keep a nice little pace. Not the same pace throughout the whole thing. So. Ten seconds to go. All right, 30 minutes done. Got a good sweat going, feel good. My whole point here, like I said, I'm trying to keep my heart rate between 145 and 160. I'm not trying to absolutely kill myself on cardio. I don't want to lose any muscle. Just want to get my heart rate going, get my metabolism firing so I can burn some more calories. Lose a little bit of this. But I'm heading into the gym now. Do some posing real quick. And pick up from there. All right, so YouTube actually got me for copyright because I had some music playing in the background. So I'm going to have to do a little voiceover here. But essentially right here, all I'm talking about is I'm about to do my posing practice. I just got off the elliptical. And right now I'm just getting ready for my show in Charlotte. It's coming up. This is 21 days out in this video. And I'm doing men's physique. So in men's physique, you're really just doing a couple quarter turns. So essentially, you're not doing very many actual bodybuilding poses. But in here, I'm still going to be doing some bodybuilding poses, throwing them in as well on top, just because it's good practice. And eventually, I do want to move up to men's classic physique. But these poses right here are the kind of poses I'll be doing in men's physique, just kind of quarter turn. And in reality, it's just a whole lot of keeping your body tight and looking presentable. But this stuff right here is that's a double lat spread. They might ask for that in men's physique. Typically they do, right here, I'm about to do a double bicep lat spread. That's more of a men's open class in men's classic as well. I won't be doing that. But like I said, it's all good practice. I'm just practicing my posing routine and, just getting used to holding my body tight and getting some cardio in, really. Because a lot of people don't know that posing is pretty damn difficult, especially if you're not used to doing it. Your body's not conditioned to holding yourself, pumped up that long. And, if you don't believe me, you can just go pop your shirt off, go find the nearest mirror and just practice posing. Just, go hold some poses for, you know, even just 5 to 10 minutes and you'll be sweating. I mean, you're holding all your muscles tight. You're trying not to look like you're trying, or excuse me, you are trying to not look like you're trying that hard. So, you don't want to have a face of like, you're just straining your ass off or something like that. You want to look kind of relaxed, kind of like it's second nature. But that's the overall goal here. And, some of these poses, I'm sure I look silly. But I haven't been practicing my posing that long. And like I said, it's not as easy as it looks. So not all my form is exactly on point or correct. But, I'm down there. I'm trying my best. And practice makes perfect. And I'm only going to get better. So, a lot of this stuff is repetitive as well, as far as the poses I'm hitting. But, like I said, I'm just down there trying to get used to doing it. And, because whenever you're up on stage, you've got to be holding yourself tight pretty much the whole time. You don't want to be relaxed and loose. You want to have every muscle fiber just striated and, pumped up as well as you can. So you want to, be showing your best form. But, yeah, kind of like I said, it's a good bit of cardio, and that's just kind of what I'm talking about here in the video. And right here, I'm about to do abdominal pose. I felt extremely good about my abs yesterday morning whenever I made this video. Good obliques. You can see my abs pretty good. Very happy with that. Another big thing is this was right after my fasted cardio in the morning. And one of the great things about posing in the morning is you've got that flat stomach as opposed to posing late in the afternoon when you've already eaten, 2.5 pounds of chicken, drank 2 gallons of water, etc. You can have a food belly, and that is not what you want, especially if you're stepping on stage. You want to have that flat stomach, really showing that V-line and keeping that waist tight. And that's really the look you're going for here. And so yeah, if you're going to pose, you're always going to look the best as far as your waist in the morning whenever you don't have much food in your system, whenever you don't have a whole lot to eat. And right here, I'm about to do a little double back lat spread. Again, I feel like this is one of my better poses, but I won't be hitting that in men's physique, unfortunately. But a little double lat spread there as well. I feel like my back is one of my strongest points. I do need to work on my biceps a little more, but overall, I'm happy with where I'm at. This pose right here, I've really got to work on. It's supposed to be a double lat spread from the front, kind of bringing out your wings. But I couldn't even get a good grip on my waist, trying to grip down on them because I was sweating so much. But like I said, all this stuff is new to me, and I'm down there practicing, trying to get better. And we're going to get there. Practice makes perfect. And aside from that, I think things are going well. I'm going to keep practicing my posing and keep progressing. I think coming up, I'm actually about to try a vacuum here pretty soon. If I haven't already done that, I may have already missed it, actually. But I've never done a vacuum pose either. But Jesus, that will take the breath away from you. So that's something I got to work on as well. But a good vacuum pose is always tough to beat. And here it is now, actually. So I didn't miss it. Right there, that's pretty much my first attempt at a vacuum pose on an empty stomach. And vacuums is something you can practice on your own. You don't have to have any weights. You don't have to be in a weight room. You can literally just practice and sucking your stomach in. And you can condition those muscles to get it to where you can, hold that pose for longer. I just haven't done it, honestly. Been slacking a little bit on there. And whenever you do a vacuum pose, it really just gives you that crazy look, like how your stomach is just inverted and just really pops your ribs and shows how small your waist is. And it just really looks cool. Yeah, I mean, you're basically just sucking in your stomach as tight as you can go. And it isn't something that is really meant to make you look huge or anything. It's more of just an aesthetics pose. But here I'm just finishing with some quarter turns. That's these poses right here. This is what I'm gonna be doing in men's physique. Just kind of showing a little quarter open, showing my shoulder striations, my abs, my chest, keeping my biceps good and popped. And yeah, just really showing off that V-line and showing off the aesthetics. That's really what men's physique is all about, just how you carry yourself and how you present yourself. More of a beach body, I guess you'd say. And going to be up there in some board shorts. So that's what I'll be starting off with. And like I said, eventually I'm moving into men's classic. For breakfast, I'm having 10 egg whites and 2 whole eggs. So I'll spread a little bit of ham on there. Just a little bit so it don't stick. Crack my 2 eggs. The reason I'm only doing 2 whole eggs because the egg yolk's where the fat's at. Each one's got 7 grams of fat, and that's 14 total, times 2 obviously. There is no fat in egg whites. There's 25 calories per egg white, 5 grams of protein. Each gram of protein's got 4 calories. So you do 25 times 10, that's 250 total calories. 80% of that is protein calories. That's what you want. So usually I go 10, sometimes I go a little more, depending on how I'm feeling, how hungry I am. Let those cook. In the mornings when I go to work, I don't really have time to cook, so I just drink them. But on Saturdays and stuff, whenever I got time to sleep in, I like to cook them because it's a little more filling whenever you actually eat something versus drinking them. Traditionally, I would say egg whites usually don't taste very good when you're kind of hungry. You'd be surprised what it does. So, put a little bit of pepper on them. No calorie in pepper. A little bit of salt. Let those cook for a minute. Show you how to do some basic math for your foods. Calculate your macros. Like I said, 70 calories per whole egg. That's 140 calories from 2 whole eggs times 2. 25 calories per egg white. Times that by 10, that's 250. Altogether, you got 390 calories. You have, let's see, 5 times 10, that's 50. 50 grams plus 12 from the 2 whole eggs. That's 62 grams of protein. 62 times 4, 6, 12, 18, 24. You got roughly 250 of those 390 calories straight from protein. So, high protein breakfast. I'll have a cup of jasmine rice with that, roughly 46 carbohydrates in each cup of that. On days I'm working out, I like to carb up a little bit more before I work out. But I'm not lifting today, I'm just doing double cardio, so I'm gonna keep my carbs low. Carbs, the same thing with protein, 4 calories per gram. 9 calories per gram of fat, so it's pretty easy to overeat fat. Kind of staying away from that at the moment. Traditionally, I'm eating substantially a lot more carbs and fats anyway. I'd say about 3 times as many carbs as what I'm eating right now is what I'm eating when I'm not cutting. But with the show coming up, gotta cut them back, trying to keep my calories low. I'm not putting any type of artificial butter on there or anything right now. For the last 3 weeks, I'm eating nothing but whole foods on my stuff. No sauces, no condiments. Trying to keep it as clean as I can. I will put salt and pepper on there. Not scared of seasonings, not cutting those out till the final week. They do have some sodium. Obviously, salt has sodium. Sodium shouldn't scare you. Sodium's not gonna make you fat, it's gonna make you hold a little bit of water, but as long as you're drinking a lot of water, which I am, I'm drinking over 2 gallons a day right now, it's really not gonna do that much, especially if you're sweating a whole lot. You need that salt for a good pump, you need that salt for everything to function well, you need that salt to be strong. Your body's holding water, you're gonna be getting good workouts, everything's gonna be functioning good. You don't want to be super dehydrated while you're working out, especially when you're in calorie deficit, it increases the chance of injury. And that's the last thing you want, especially in the final weeks. A little bit more pepper on there. I also like to usually have 2 cups of Greek yogurt for my breakfast, but it's got 7 grams of sugar per cup. 14 grams was just really a trivial amount, not a whole lot. But, you know, like I said, I don't really need it. I'm not lifting. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of laying around today, recovering. Only thing I'm going to be doing is cardio. I'm not going to need all those carbs for that. Try to keep my carbs real low for today. Carb up a little bit tomorrow for chest. A little bit of soy sauce on my jasmine rice. I like to kind of keep my eggs together just so I can kind of eat them quicker. It doesn't take a million bites. Alright, so finished product. Got my eggs, rice, flavored water, Diet Pepsi. As far as artificial sweeteners goes, you really shouldn't worry about them. You know, you hear a lot of people say, oh, well, diet drinks are worse for you than, you know, regular soda, blah, blah, blah. From a health-wise standpoint, yeah, if you drink 10 of them, it's probably not a good idea. But from a macronutrient nutrition standpoint, 0 calories, 0 calories. So, I mean, if you're going for, you know, a certain look or body composition, diet drinks are not going to hurt you. And, I mean, for me, they really help my cravings. So that's what I choose to go with. That's what I'm drinking with my breakfast. Already had my protein shake before I got on the elliptical. And digging in now, like I said, 390 uncooked calories here. You're going to lose a little bit of calories, a little bit of macros when you cook it. Or if you cook something, it's obviously changing forms from a liquid to a solid. So you're going to lose some of those calories. That could be proteins, could be fats, could be whatever. So you're never going to have as many calories as, you know, the finished product was whenever it's uncooked, but you got a general idea. 390 calories, 220 for the rice. So you're sitting at 610 calories total for the meal, roughly 66 grams of protein. So pretty good for a breakfast. Right. Third time eating today. It's roughly, I would say 12:30. I didn't check the clock exactly before I got out here. So I ate my protein shake. I drank it about 7:30. Ate my breakfast around 9:45, 10 o'clock. It's about a 2.5 hour window. That's what I'm shooting for. Took a little nap after I ate breakfast and cooked my chicken here. Just got some plain chicken that I cooked in the pan. Chicken breast to be exact. Cut it up in little pieces, make it a little easier to eat. Got some 0 sugar added baked beans. I'll explain those in a minute. And got my quart of water here. I'm gonna be drinking at least 2 bottles with every meal. And even got my seasoning for you guys. Some 0 calorie seasoning. Kinder's caramelized onion butter. Kinder's buttery buffalo. Obviously not sponsored or anything. Just figured I'd show you what I use to make my food not taste like shit and still be good for you. So yeah, you know, it's got some sodium in it, but like I said, do not be scared of sodium. If there's one thing that you can take away from any of my nutrition advice, don't be scared of sodium. It is not a bad thing. So, beans. Brought these cans of beans out here because a lot of people aren't really aware of just how good beans can be. Me personally, I love beans, think they taste great. I like black beans, pinto beans, baked beans, and really, macronutrient wise, they're pretty damn good. They've got a good bit of protein, they got some carbohydrates, low in fats, and really they're pretty dense a pretty dense food for the calories they have. This whole can has 3.5 servings. Half a cup is a serving, so you're looking at roughly almost two whole cups. So anyway, 120 calories per serving. So the whole can will be 122, 43, 60, a little over 400 calories for the entire can. And this is a good bit of food. And you also get 7 grams of protein, so that's 3 times 7, 21. You're sitting at roughly 26 to 28 grams of protein, 400 calories. That's not bad either for a side that's got, 22, 44, 66. You're sitting at over 70 carbohydrates as well. Another good thing about beans, they got fiber. When you're eating a whole lot of food, having your insides work optimally is the goal. You already consuming a lot of stuff, stressing your organs. Just making sure you're excreting everything and everything's, coming out properly is what you want. So having fiber should definitely be a major part of your diet if you're trying to put on muscle, if you're consuming a whole lot of food. So, just in this one can alone, you're sitting at 6, 12, 18, roughly 22.5 grams of fiber, which is fantastic. You want a lot of fiber. The reason I brought all 3 of these out here is because in the baked beans, the pinto beans, and the black beans, you're roughly sitting the same macronutrients wise. These two are both 110 calories per serving. Each serving's half a cup. You got 3.5 in each can. This one right here, this one right here, and this one right here, exact same protein content. 7 grams, 7 grams, 7 grams. They've all got a bunch of fiber. The baked beans being the winner with 12 grams of fiber per serving here. It's also the winner for the most carbohydrates. 26 grams per serving, 20 grams per serving, and the black beans at 22 grams per serving. So that is the whole story for the bean choice. Got some good proteins, good carbohydrates, not a lot of fat and some fiber, and roughly 0 sugar. Less than a gram of sugar, less than a gram of sugar, 1 gram of sugar per serving. So fantastic for cutting. You don't want a lot of sugar when you're cutting. Added sugar is probably the worst thing that you can add if you're trying to get lean, especially on days like today when I'm not doing any type of weightlifting. I really try to limit that to damn near as close to 0 as I can. Obviously, you can't get it to 0, but you can always strive to be as close to perfect as you can. But this is roughly 12 ounces of chicken. Each serving is 4 ounces. 4 ounces of most chicken is going to be roughly 110 calories, 23 grams of protein. So just round it up to 25. Do 25 times 3 is 75, but it's 23 instead of 25, so you can minus 6. 75 minus 6 is 69 grams of protein in this alone. So let's see, that's 330 calories. 330 calories for 66 grams of protein. Fantastic. 66 times 4, 6, 12, 18. You're sitting at roughly 200 of those 330 calories come from protein roughly. And 66 grams plus, whatever I said the beans were earlier, 721. I've almost got 100 grams of protein in this meal. So 100 grams of protein, roughly, let's see, a little over 700 calories maybe, right around there. 0 calorie water, 0 calorie seasoning. All right, it is 3:39. Going with meal number 4. I know what you're thinking, fried chicken. It's not. Looks just like it, tastes just like it, but I'm put you on that in just a second. Broccoli, got just a bag of broccoli, about 100 calories here. All right, so this chicken right here is made by a brand called Real Good. The macronutrients are outstanding for the taste. Probably one of the best things I've ever found in the grocery store, to be honest, for just finding a food that tastes good that you can eat on a cut. 1 serving of this is 4 ounces. It is 130 calories. To put that into perspective, the meal I had just before this was skinless chicken breast, the kind you get at the grocery store and you cook on the grill, whatever. 4 ounces of it was 110 calories. A 20 calorie difference is minimal. You can burn 20 calories just doing a set of push-ups, here and there throughout the day. 20 calories you can burn like that. Not a big deal. Macro standpoint wise, it's pretty much the same. 23 grams of protein, just like the other one was for 4 ounces. So there's 5 servings in a bag. I usually eat half a bag at a time. So that's 2.5 servings, 130, 260, plus 75, roughly 335, 350, anywhere in between that range for my calories. So 350 calories for my chicken, 100 calories for my broccoli. It's gonna be a 450 calorie meal. This is gonna be the meal I eat right before I go do my cardio. Like I said, my cardio is low intensity. I wouldn't call it low intensity, it's kind of moderate intensity, but it doesn't require a big carb up like lifting weights would. I'm not, doing HIT, high interval training where I'm, producing a big outburst of energy. I just need something to keep me constantly going. My last meal was the last carbs I'm taking in for the day. Now, obviously, this is, got some carbs in it, but I mean, it's very minimal, like 3 grams per serving, something really small. Nothing like rice where you get like 40 grams per serving or anything like that. Protein-wise, 23 times 2.5, we'll do simple math, we're around at 25. That's going to be roughly about 65 to 70 grams of protein, about 6 grams of protein for the broccoli in the bag. We're going to call it 80 grams of protein for the meal, just to be on the safe side. So meal number 4, it's not even 4 o'clock. I've already had almost 300 grams of protein. So if somebody says, oh, it's kind of hard to get all that protein in, blah, 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 it's just, I can't seem to do it. Dude, I've done all this with no supplementation, really. I had that protein shake in the morning that was 30 grams, but I could have easily just drank egg whites and replaced that with it. But I like the taste. So protein is not hard to get in. And I would say almost half my calories today have came strictly from protein, which is fantastic. Keeps my body in protein synthesis. That's why I'm trying to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. That's how quickly your body can go through protein synthesis. And the reason I shoot for the 2-3 hour mark is thinking your metabolism like a fire. The more often you can add small little pieces of wood to it, the longer it's going to burn, the hotter it's going to burn. Versus getting a huge log every 5, 6, 7 hours and throwing it on there. Yeah, it'll burn real hot for, a few minutes, but then it's going to go out, it's going to dwell out, it's going to, get cold. Think your metabolism like a fire. So if you keep adding fire or wood to it, it's going to burn hotter, burn longer. That's what I'm doing with my food. Protein calories don't turn to fat as easy as fats and carbohydrates do. Your body can't use them for energy near as well. It's not a good energy source, but it's not really the goal right now. Right now, I'm trying to get as lean and cut for my show as I can. So, like I said, trying to keep my carbs, keep my fats down, really keep my protein high. That way, not only one, it keeps my muscles big, keeps them full, keeps them from atrophying, but it also keeps me fuller longer. All right. So we are on the way to the gym. Cardio session number 2. I'm gonna be doing some Stairmaster. I'm gonna be going at pretty good intensity, nothing crazy. 30 minutes straight. And I'll do a little bit of tanning afterwards. It's a beautiful day outside. I hope the audio is okay. Just seemed like too nice of a day to not have the top off. But hope you guys are feeling good, enjoying this so far. I never really said much about myself or why I'm doing this off the bat. Just kind of jumped into it. So on the ride over here, at least through town, I'll tell you why I'm starting this, how I feel about it. I've been lifting for a long time. I started when I was 12 years old. I'm 24 years old now. I'll be 25 this month, March 26th. And, I know how it feels to be that person who looks in the mirror and is honestly ashamed of what they see. They're not happy with themselves. And, they see other people and they just can't help but compare themselves and feel inferior. And it's not a good feeling. It sucks. And, luckily I had a dad who was really into weightlifting and got me started whenever I was younger. And I just kind of started, whenever I was a kid, just haven't looked back. And I didn't really know a whole lot about dieting at the time or nutrition, just a whole lot of, bro science. And, it did give me a big head start, but I didn't start taking my diet and nutrition seriously until I got to college, where I studied health and physical education. Graduated from Appalachian State last May, and really, I'm just doing this because, I got my show coming up in 3 weeks. I want to be able to look back whenever, I've done 3, 4, even 20 shows, and just, see how I was feeling at the time, what was going through my mind, how I was approaching things, how I was viewing things, how my opinions have changed on things, and really just keep track of things and hold myself accountable, and just, hopefully if somebody sees this and it does inspire them and, help them learn a little something, then fantastic. I've learned so much from watching so many people's podcasts, their vlogs, etc. over the years, and it's just amazing what you can learn from people. So just being able to share my viewpoint on things and how I go about doing things, hopefully it helps somebody. Because like I said, I was not always that guy who was confident and taking their shirt off and just, it was to the point where like I felt like I couldn't even wear a sleeveless shirt when I was in middle school because I didn't have shoulder striations, and I didn't want to take my shirt off at the pool because I didn't have abs, and so I know absolutely what it's like to not be happy with what you look like. But I tell you what, if you put in the work and you dedicate yourself, you correct your discipline, and you make the changes that are needed to accomplish whatever goal it is you have, I promise it's worth it. To me, it's worth it. Yeah, it's fun to eat shitty foods. It's fun to go eat donuts. It's fun to, sit around and be lazy. It is. It's a good time. But, I think it should be moderated. I'm not saying everybody should go out and be bodybuilders. I'm not saying everybody else should go out and be in single-digit body fat year-round. That's not, most people's goals. It's not obtainable for a lot of people. But, I think everybody should strive to be the best version of themselves they can be, whether it be financially, physically, mentally. Every day when you wake up, just having a goal, having something to wake up for, and just getting a little bit better every single day should be everybody's mentality. Otherwise, what's the point of being alive? Like, you're only here for such a small amount of time. I mean, I'm 24 years old. I've got my license now. When I was 12 years old, all I cared about was getting in a car and going down the road, having the freedom to go do whatever I want. And now I've had my license for 8 years, and it seems like I've had it for 8 minutes. Time flies, is what I'm saying. So, just try to be the best version of yourself you can be. I promise if you do that, you'll be a happier you. And that's really all. If it inspires somebody and it, this channel takes off, great. If it doesn't, I'm having a good time so far doing it. And, I wish I would have started a couple years ago, but, better late than never. So if this helps somebody, just please keep it positive. I know there's going to be people out there, throws shade, hates on it, and throws negativity, but that's okay. I'm used to it. And, if somebody is negative, it sucks, but you can always use it as motivation. Always try to turn a negative into a positive. And that's my biggest message. Just try to find the positive. Try to learn from everything. Whether that be your workout mentality, your diet, anything really. You can apply that to anything in life. So if you're working out and you're doing the same workout routine and you're not seeing a whole lot of results, try something different. If you're trying to put on weight, you got an ectomorph body type, and you just can't seem to put on the weight, try something different. If what you're doing doesn't make you happy when you wake up, try something different. That's the whole message here. Just always keep pushing to make yourself a little bit better every day. And I promise you'll be fulfilled if you wake up every day happy. I won't say you wake up every day motivated. It's impossible to be motivated all the time. But once you can get that discipline to where it's just second nature and you feel comfortable being uncomfortable, I swear to you, your life will take off exponentially. And I'm not saying that, I'm somebody that's way up here. I'm not. But I'm happy with where I'm at for my age. I have a lot bigger goals and a lot bigger dreams. I'm just getting started. But ever since I've changed my attitude on how I go about looking at things like that, I promise you, I wake up every day happier about it. And, just get after it every day. About to get after this cardio. About to get on the highway, so the audio is probably not gonna be good, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. But I'll catch you guys back at the gym and pick up from there. So we're on the Stairmaster here at Planet Fitness. About to get after it. I'm gonna go level 6 to about 15 minutes. And in the last 15 minutes, I'm gonna go to level 7. And you know, depending on how I'm feeling, I might bump it up a little bit more. But catch you guys at the end of the session. All right, coming up on 30 minutes now. So we like to keep the heart rate around 145 to 160. Just at 30. We're at 161. A little over 500 calories burned. We're gonna go on to 120 flights, just because. So we're at 118 now. I ain't gonna make y'all sit here listening to me huff and puff to 120. I'm not getting off here to 120, so I'll get with y'all after this. All right, got it done. Exactly where we want to be. Average heart rate 145, 531 calories, 120 flights of stairs. Done with cardio for the day. Gonna go hop in the tanning bed about 6 minutes. Stand up. Feel good about it. And catch you guys whenever I get home. Time to eat. All right, guys, just got back from the gym. Cardio session number 2, meal number 5. Already started eating some chicken because I was starving. Already crushed the water. But got my waters here. Got my Diet Pepsi, all 0 calorie. Got about 10 to 12 ounces of chicken. It's chicken I cooked this morning. Slightly less calories than the Real Good, but really minimal difference anyway. We're looking at maybe 300 to 350 calories of chicken here, anywhere from 50 to 60 grams of protein, 100 calories of broccoli, and roughly we're sitting around probably 450 calories for this meal. I don't know whether I'll be eating 6 or 7 meals today. Just all depends on how late I stay up. There is some basketball on tonight, some March Madness. I'm gonna watch the Carolina NC State game. Comes on at 8:30, and it's 6:40 right now. So I'm doing really good today, shooting for 2 to 3 hours in between every meal, killing it, hitting every one of those milestones. So depending on what time I go to bed, that'll really determine whether I have 6 or 7 meals tonight. But I'll see you guys at meal number 6. All right, so meal number 6. Got some more Real Good chicken, broccoli, and obviously gonna be having my waters with it as well. I am gonna be up for another 2 hours, so finishing watching the game, not feeling that tired. So it's 8:49. I ate at 6:40. Again, perfect timing. 2 hours is exactly what I want. But enjoy this. Still got an appetite. It means my metabolism's firing, so that's a good thing. And see you guys before I go to bed for my last meal of the day. All right, guys, we made it. Meal number 7. Got my dozen eggs, 10 egg whites, 2 yolks. It's gonna be my last meal before I go to bed. I eat it right before I go to bed. And that'll put me at roughly 500 grams of protein on the day, which is a lot. It's what I need, it's what I want. And roughly sub 150 grams of carbs. So it was a low carb day, but I had a lot of food. Obviously, I'm not starving myself. Wanting to retain as much muscle as I can going into the show. So keeping my protein as high as I can, but calories still pretty low. That's the goal here. Couldn't ask for a better Saturday as far as a nutrition standpoint, getting all my meals in, getting it all timed up right. It's 11:14 right now, so every 2 to 3 hours I've eaten today. It's what I need, it's what I need. And yeah, just couldn't ask for a better day 21. It's over. Tomorrow we'll be hitting chest and begin about 6 o'clock. Hopefully be hitting the gym by 8. And aside from that, see you guys tomorrow.